What's up, everybody? Pete from the basement, back with another segment week. Got all my comics that I picked up on eBay. Got a fresh bottle of Glenlivet 15-year reserve. I'm gonna crack this bad boy open right now. As you guys may or may not know, not much came out this week, so that's why the basement boys and I decided to do a quick segment episode for you. One thing of note that did come out this week was Ultimatum, and you know, we've been kind of harking on this for a while now, and you know, much to our surprise, gotta love that sound, much to our surprise, Ultimatum was really good. I'm gonna let the other boys review that for you later on in the show. That's good stuff. As for me, I'm going to be showing off a little bit of what I picked up over the course of the past few weeks, and then I'm going to be talking about the Big Apple Comic Con, which is coming the weekend of the 14th, 15th, and 16th right here to the Big Apple. Go figure. That's how it got its name, you know. It's right across the street from Madison Square Garden. The Basement Boys will be there. Hopefully, if you're coming, let us know. Be cool to see you there. You know, we'll be running around. You can't miss us. You especially can't miss Roger. So, without further ado, show you off a couple of things. I am now officially 40 issues away from the entire run of Amazing Spider-Man. And Punk Funk and Junk, if you're still out there, let me know how your collection's doing. I remember we had a little thing going there to see how our ASM collections were doing. I picked up number 56 this week, and also from the same seller, I finally managed to get ASM 41, which was the first Rhino. I picked that up for just about $65, which was a steal. Absolute steal, because this book was always hard for me to find. I was really happy to finally land it. Picked up Detective Comics 476, which is part 2 of the Joker Fish storyline. It's a classic Batman issue, pretty good grade there. Also managed to get an original Amazing Spider-Man number 7. This is actually a redo of mine. I have one actually that I'm selling on eBay right now. A big ass tear right there. So that was kind of a filler issue for me, and I decided I wanted a better one. So managed to pick this one up for a steal at 60 bucks. This was great. Ended right in the middle of the day. And what do I always tell you guys? Look when the auctions are ending, because auctions that end on weekends or at night when people are home and can sit at their computer, they're always going to go for more. So try to look for the ones that end in the day or even in the morning or something. People are at work, and most of the times now, all kinds of websites like eBay and MySpace and shit, they're all regulated by the companies that these people work for, so they can't go on the sites all the time. So you're going to have a lot less people sniping you at the last possible second. I placed one bid on that ASM number 7 and I won it. Plain and simple, 60 bucks. It was a really good deal. A little bit of luck too, not going to lie. Made a new friend on eBay this past week, guy called Those Good Old Times. He has a lot of really cool stuff. He's got a lot of varying stuff up too. He's got some Golden Age stuff. He's got the first Sandman up for like $3 grand, and he's also got like the first Spider-Woman up for like 10 bucks. So, you know, he's got a lot of varying stuff up there, and he's got great prices, and he's a real good guy to deal with. I'll show you what I got from him. Got Amazing Spider-Man number 23. And as you do remember, I picked this up from Joe's Comic Shop like 2-3 weeks ago. I showed you. So, yeah, even I'm not above stupid mistakes. I picked up the same issue again. And as it wound up, they were both pretty much in the same exact condition. Although I did get this one for only 10 bucks, so that was a steal. I am selling the other one, so that's up on eBay right now. The thing that first turned me on to Those Good Old Times was, took a look for Amazing Spider-Man number 31. It was another hard issue for me to get. It's the first Harry Osborn and Gwen Stacy. Every time I saw this issue, it would always go for an astronomical amount. And the few times I got lucky when it didn't, I always just lost the auction at the last second. This one I actually caught a buy it now of 80 bucks. And it's a really nice book. Edges are tight. Spine is really good. I would call this a fine minus, honestly. And for the 70 bucks, it was absolutely worth it. And that's when I took a look at, you know, what other auctions this guy had. Excuse me. I also picked up Amazing Spider-Man number 69. Got that one for like 5 or 10 bucks. First Mary Jane cover, Amazing Spider-Man 59. That was a good one at about 10 bucks too. Amazing Spider-Man 61. You notice like right around like the late 40s to early 60s, I'd say, Spider-Man had a lot of yellow covers running around. And I noticed that trend when I was going over my covers database on, I think it's comicbookdb.com, something to that effect. I might want to check that out. It's a really comprehensive site. And finally, from those good old times, I picked up Batman 242, which is part 2 of the Lazarus Pit storylines. I believe it's the second appearance of Ra's al Ghul, but don't quote me on that. I know it is the Lazarus Pit storyline. And when I was leaving those good old times, the feedback, yeah, I always put thanks from Pete'sBasement.com, and if the guy treats me right, I'll always give him a good review and say, check out my review on the show and everything. And this guy, he actually did check out the show, and he liked it. And if you're watching now, you know, thanks for the great deal on the comics, and I'm looking forward to seeing you at the Big Apple Con. For the rest of you viewers, he let me know that you know, you guys are going to be at the Big Apple Con. Come by the booth, I treat you right and everything, and that's always what you want to hear as a comic book consumer, especially with the fucking market being the way it is now. I mean, it's a great time to be buying, and it's a bad time to be selling, and people selling are usually looking to get the most bang for their buck, especially nowadays. So the discount is not so readily available. And, you know, I guess you can't really blame people for that, because with the turn of the market and everything and the fucking economy being the way it is. But, you know, it's always good to make friends, and it's always good when people tell you outright, you know, come by, you're cool to deal with, and treat you right. So I'm really looking forward to the Big Apple Con, seeing what kind of more money I can spend at those good old times booth over there, and see what other Spidey issues I can knock off my want list. That's about it for now. I'm going to turn you over to the rest of the boys, who are going to tell you all about the new stuff that came out this week, like Ultimatum, and that really nice tribute to Michael Turner that came out. I hope you picked that one up. That was like $8 or $9. That was definitely worth it. I picked that one up. What else came out this week? Oh, I picked up that Joker hardcover, which I'm going to review for you guys next week or the week after that. It was a really sick book. I'm going to go into detail on it. Like I said, not this week, but later on in the show. Really great artwork, and just really had nothing to do with Batman at all. It's just about the Joker's henchman and how he views working with the Joker and how fucking nuts this guy really is. That was a great book and totally worth the $20. I spent it. I didn't feel like waiting on Amazon, which actually it is only $14.99 at Amazon. But with shipping, you're still going to wind up paying the $20 unless you spend $25 and get the free Super Saver shipping.
Okay. The first thing I'd like to talk about today is Ultimatum. Now, is a 5-issue run. Now, the first issue I thought was really, really good, and I think Jeff Loeb has been redeemed, at least for now, at least for this issue. But basically, what happens is, there's a, you know, it takes place in New York, where most of everything takes place, and all of a sudden there's this flood, and this shows X-Men characters, Spider-Man, Avengers characters, all in the Fantastic Four, rather, all in the Ultimate Universe, and how it affects them. And then you find out at the end who's orchestrating it from Professor X, and that I won't tell you. I'll leave that for you to actually find out yourself. I mean, it's not a big mystery. Once you find out Professor X knows the answer, but you'll know who it is. But I thought it was really good. I thought the flood, or like some sort of natural disaster, was a good way to bring all the characters together, to encompass them all in the same storyline. Because it could have been something a lot stupider. It could have been like, I don't know. But I thought it was really good. I don't know what's going to happen in the next 4 issues. It's probably good that it's a 5-issue run rather than making it really long, like Secret Invasion or Final Crisis, and you know, where you have 2 good issues in the beginning, probably 2 good issues in the end, and the rest of them are just filler. So 5 issues might be a good, sizable, arching storyline. So I really recommend Ultimatum. I know Pete does. I don't know. I haven't heard from Adam yet, but I told Adam. I called him. I said, you know, put your pants on, go to the store, and buy Ultimatum. And he said, I'll buy Ultimatum, but I will not put my pants on. So we'll see what happens there. The other thing that I want to talk about is the Michael Turner tribute came out, and it's really